suppose because I've been like this for so long now, to me, it just comes naturally, trying out new things. There are always ways of getting around a particular problem. And if you can't do it with just fingers, then, you know, obviously the old feet get involved. In the kitchen, it's kind of a place where I would probably use my feet quite a bit. You know, it doesn't sound very hygienic, but at the same time, if you clean and, you know, you're preparing food for people that you know very well, then I don't see any problem with that at all.
Was it frustrating for you to begin with?
Yeah, because you know, your patience level definitely has to come up, and you have to put yourself in a frame of mind where, you know, it'll get done eventually. You know, I've just got to keep going at it and try it this way or try it that way. I think you always look at an alternative. You always think of new ways of doing an old thing, you know, and I think it's easy to overlook those kind of things. You know, say if you've got two arms, you know, with me, I don't have a choice, so I have to look at something and say, well, there could be a better way to do that, or a different way.
Did you find that the left foot, because that was on the same side as the arm that you lost, did that kind of automatically lean toward doing the sort of things that your left arm would have done or had been doing?
Yeah, it did tend to go in sympathy. You know, it tended to have a lot of things in common with my left arm, and more so as time went on. And that's still true today, that, you know, for instance, I could never kick a ball with my left foot. And now, you know, I can actually play with either foot. So I think your body definitely compensates in other ways.
No, it's some years since the accident now. You're not wearing an arm, artificial arm. Is there a reason that you don't use one?
Yeah, I never wanted to sort of rely on something, you know. Every time I wake up in the morning, you know, pop in your battery pack and away you go, sort of thing. And then sort of 6 hours later, you know, you're out in the middle of the country or whatever, and you think, oh no, you know, I need another battery pack. You know, I left it at home. I would feel as though I was too reliant on something like that. And I always felt like I wanted to get used to the way that I am now. And I quite like the way I am now. So it doesn't bother me just to, you know, to be like this. Would
there be any benefit at all to you at some point in the future having one that at least you use sometimes?
If or when myself and Stacey decide that we'd like to have kids, then I think it would be good from a safety point of view.
To have something to rest the baby on.
Yeah, I think so. You know, because the arm would actually strap around my body, so it would be very well secured. So you know, I would feel a little uncertain if I tried, you know, picking kids up
when
with
you get
just
wriggly
my one arm. Yeah, you know, like, oh, whoops, there goes another one.
Do people write to you and ask for your advice on who've gone through similar things?
I do get letters that come to the office, you know, to the management office, and people tell me incredible stories about trudging, you know, a mile across a field after having, you know, accidents with tractors, this, that, and the other, and all they could think of, you know, was me and what I did, and that just, it completely blows me away. I don't.
How do you feel about it? Does it make you feel good?
It makes me feel really good.
Yeah.
And enjoy talking to people that are less fortunate than myself from a physical point of view, or you know, or a mental point of view. You know, we'll do you know, volunteer work. You know, at Christmas we'll go and visit, you know, the local sort of hospital and go see what we can do.
Which is something you perhaps might not have done before.
I would never have done that. So most people know what happened to me. What happened to you?
I ran a motorbike smash in 1988.
Really?
Yeah. He was sort of my hero. I thought, well, if he can make a go of his life, I can make a go of mine. You really made me just think there was something in it, like.
Is that so? So did you lose as much as me?
I lost it 4 inches above elbow.
And you find this thing easy to use?
Well, it's like a strap across your back.
Yeah.
And it just flex it to bend it.
Yeah.
And it's same movement to open it up.
Right.
But you have to lock it off.
Right.
You can open it up and pick things up with it. Oh, I can't live without it. I need it.
Actually, looks really good the way you've customised it. I like the wristband and the tattoo there.
Well, it's me, isn't it? It makes it look part of me.
Was it always that colour?
No, not really. It comes flesh coloured, but that's just really muck and grime on it.
What kind of things do you do with it?
Well, I can do anything with it. Anything you've got to do in your everyday life, really.
You know, yeah.
Peeling potatoes, like washing my hands, or hand.
I always make that mistake. I always say hands.
I can play snooker with it. I've got a snooker adaptation. You can do anything. Even got an hammer to go in it, like.
Really?
Yeah, you can. I can't really use hammer, but it's a nice day to pose, isn't it?
What about your right arm? Is all well now with it? Because it did have quite bad injuries itself.
The last time I was in America, I saw Stacey's father, who happens to be an orthopedic surgeon, and he did some X-rays on my right arm, and he didn't really like what he saw.
Has it been under a strain from taking so much of the pressure? It's obviously doing the work of two.
I don't think it's necessarily from playing drums or anything like that. I think it's from water skiing.
Do you water ski?
Yeah. But unfortunately, my the ball, you know, that goes into the socket in my shoulder, is more saucer-shaped. It's not really round anymore. And I think over a period of years of playing drums and doing certain other activities, you know, physical activities, I think the hairline fractures that I've caused, little splinters of bone have come out, and it won't really move like it should. So what I'd like to do is, as soon as my manager calls me after the tour and says, well, Rick, that's it, you know, we're done for a couple of years, then I'd really like to go and have an artificial ball put in, which would give me a lot more movement than I've got now.
Do you feel that you're a changed person because of this accident?
I feel as though I appreciate what I've got. I appreciate my life more now than I did back then. I think things seemed a bit too easy back then, and it was also easy to throw things away, and you know, have a bit of a blasé attitude about life. But after that, I think my priorities changed in a really positive way.
So is your recovery complete now?
That's a really tough question, because there are always going to be reminders. I think things will always come up, and you'll always
Emotional buttons that'll be pressed.
I think so. You know how you think you've conquered one thing, and then something else will surface. You know, it's more a process of leaving things behind.
Not forgetting, but moving on, then.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, Rick, you're obviously still fighting back. Thank you for sharing your wonderful fight-back spirit with us. Thanks for being our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Allen.
Next Wednesday, Thora Hird talks to Lynn Redgrave about fighting back against arthritis. That's at the same time, 7:30.